Tinubu, bagman for Chicago cookie mafia, rigged Nigerian presidential election. British MP George Galloway says, oh boy, this is another international embarrassment coming to Tinubu as a president of Nigeria and to Nigeria as a nation. These are international, embarrassment. Yeah, this is too bad. Okay, this is too bad. George Galloway, a member of the British Parliament between 1987 and 2015, says President Bola Tinubu, whose victory in the February 25 election is being challenged in court, lacks the moral standing to speak out against the ongoing coup in the Republic of Niger. Mr. Galloway, famed for his brutal candor, asserted that he only recently learned that Mr. Tinubu was a bagman for mafia and drug dealers. He said these were discouraging attributes for someone tasked with leading a country. To my absolute astonishment, forgive my ignorance, I had no idea that this man was a bagman for the mafia and the drug dealers in Chicago, Illinois, which doesn't seem like a great qualification for the leader of Nigeria. The former British MP said in episode 263 of his podcast, Mother of All Talk Shows, Moots, aired on August 9. These people are now talking about democracy in Niger. Many of them don't have the leg to stand on, do they? Mr. Galloway said, throwing a jab at Mr. Tinubu's so-called moral compass to condemn the coup. The Candid Moats host said Mr. Tinubu was still defending himself against a barrage of allegations that he rigged himself into power at the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal, but continues to parade himself like someone upright to criticize the Niger junta. First of all, there are very serious and credible allegations of electoral corruption in his own election, and it is still actually before the court, said and opinionated Mr. Galloway. The opposition have never accepted this election, he stated. Further slamming Mr. Tinubu, the former British MP said it was bizarre for the Nigerian leader to state that he can accept the affront to democracy, that the coup in Niger, according to him, represents, given that he doesn't have the greatest democratic credentials himself as well. Think tanks like the ÇHA0S and foreign observers like the European Union had faulted Nigeria's presidential pool, asserting it lacked transparency. Wow. On Thursday, the Economic Community of West African States, under the chairmanship of Mr. Tinubu and the presidency of Omar Alieu Toure, activated military troops to stand by to restore constitutional order in the Republic of Niger. This was after West African leaders on July 30th gave the military junta 1 week to give up power or face possible military intervention. This is the mother of embarrassment to a nation called Nigeria. It is unfortunate. I tell you, it is unfortunate. Mr. Galloway, who was an MP in British Parliament, has slammed Nigerian president, says he was a bagman to drug dealers and mafias in Chicago, Illinois. And the same person has certificate scandal in his neck from the same Illinois, Chicago. And now he wants to, institute democracy in Niger Republic or restore democracy in Niger Republic. Somebody that rigged the election into power. The way and manner he rigged himself into power is tantamount to a coup, a democratic coup in Nigeria. And so he does not have the locus standi, or he does not have the moral standing to say or criticize the coup in the Niger Republic, because this is similar to what he did in Nigeria during the 2023 general elections. This is the worst of his kind in the history of Nigeria. So this man has been blasted badly. He has been blasted badly. It is quite unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Somebody is writing, Mr. Galloway, you have spoken the mind of Nigerians concerning the fraudulent electoral process that forcefully selected Tinubu to Asorock, which he will vacate in no time. Nigerians are patiently waiting for the court's verdict that will either help or mar the country. Mr. Galloway, you are upright, but your country is behind the organization, the orchestration of this evil Tinubu on Nigeria. To no avail, Tinubu wants to legitimize himself illegally. It doesn't work that way. Okay? So it doesn't work that way. The British is our problem. And everybody knows anyway that the British is the problem of Nigeria. But Mr. Galloway has, distinctively distinguished himself and has said something that appeals to the mind and the opinion of Nigerians. Rig, then who wins the election between Atiku and Obi and even Kokwanso? Atiku is the obvious person that can boast of being rigged. He was the closest runner to the President Tinubu. Perhaps Obi has a hidden agenda of rigging, but he met his superior in rigging. That's why this is another APC bigot that is speaking here. And someone said, I said 8 times without number that on no account should any Eastern region contested for piloting the affairs of this nation and win the election. We shall see, inshallah. Can you imagine? This is another Yoruba bigot again that is speaking evil against the Easterners. But again, it's not going to go well with anybody that is thinking in this direction. Another person said, Galloway, a failed politician talking about Nigeria election. What a mess coming from a people called Galloway. Can you imagine? No wonder he is named Galloway. Okay. Have you seen any sane person named their son Gallo? Then wait, what a satanic name from a satanic parent of his. Can you imagine? You are just criticizing him. All these are Yoruba bigots, but the man has said the truth that Tinubu was a bagman for drug barons and mafias in Illinois, Chicago. That is it. Somebody say, you have been saying the truth since I know you. That is why I don't hate every white people. Exactly. Somebody has, agreed with what Galloway said, but this Johnson or Lashinde has still been, insulting Galloway and the Igbos in his comment, and that is not fair. Okay. Somebody say, what truth do you expect to hear except what is good in your ears about defamation of another person? All these are again APC people coming out to defend Tinubu, even with all the truth that is being revealed. Quite unfortunate. Somebody said, accept the truth. You are supporting evil. Yes, what the man has said is the truth, but people don't want to accept it. I just knew a day like this would come. This was the sole reason I didn't vote that drug baron. That is what somebody is saying here. What is democracy to you, ECOWAS Chemo, when you kicked democracy in the axe in the election that selected you? Wasn't Peter Obi the voted candidate? With your nightmarish antecedent, you want to instill democracy in other people's country. Okay, why you defer it in yours? Aren't you a psychopath? Can you imagine? Where are our brave and young military personnel? What else are you waiting? This one is calling for something else. Now, so the truth remains that this white man from the British ground has said the truth, and whether Nigeria like it or not, the man has said the truth. If they don't like it, let them challenge it in court. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.